Hello everyone. So in this video I am going to explain a variable in Domo. Okay, so I am going to use a retail dataset and then I will click create visualization. Let's start variable. Okay, so in the Domo left side we have options to create a variable. Okay, click on variable first. Now variable name, so we can give any variable name, anything. Okay, so let's give the variable name called measure. Okay, anything we can give. Okay, now what type of value it keeps? So I want this variable should keep a text. Okay, so what is variable? Variable, we know it holds some value. Okay, now let's give us some value. Okay, so we have an option to give either go with a drop down or radio option, slider, many things. Okay, drop down. Now let's give the value. We can see sales amount. Okay, I am giving value, so I have a variable called measure. It has a value sales amount. Okay, it has a value tax amount. Okay, it has a available value unit price. Okay, so here I choose in a drop down, so I have an option to add multiple values. Okay, multiple values like sales amount, time amount, sorry, tax amount, unit price. So when I click on this drop down, I have an option to choose any of these. Okay, so first I created given a variable name, then I chosen a type of value, I given a default value. So if I given a default value sales amount, we can see this default value is selected. So when I don't provide any value to this variable, then this variable will have a default value called sales amount. Okay, and here I chosen a drop down. So when I choose a drop down, I will get option of drop down. Okay, so instead of this drop down, if I choose pills, I have options. We can see this. If I choose the option radio option, I will get this radio option to choose a variable value. So what is happening? Domo provides a flexibility where I can provide a multiple values to variable. Okay, and runtime, while seeing the card, I have an option to pick choose the value of variable from the available value, or can say among the available value. Okay, now I will show you more text input. Okay, so when I provide a text input, what happen? We cannot choose value from, or can say among the available value. Instead of choosing value, we can write our own value. We can see we can write our own value. Okay, we can write our own value. So we have a two option. When we choose a text box at the runtime, we can provide a value to variable. When we don't choose a text box, we choose a radio option, this pills or drop down, we can provide our own value, and user has to choose among this value. Okay, so this is just how to create variable. What are the options available when we create a variable? Now the another thing, use of variable. Okay, so first we understood how to create variable, and we created a variable called measure, and we provided a value called sales amount, tax amount, unit price. Okay, now let's click on create variable. Okay, save variable created, close this. Now I am going to create a card. Okay, so before creating a card, I want to create a one beast mode. Okay, let's create a beast mode. Beast mode, I want to give total. Okay, just total. After creating a card, I am sure you guys will understand the use of variable. But still, the use of variable is to provide or can say do calculation at runtime, or can say create a dynamic calculation. Okay, let's understand how. Cache Vane. Okay, my variable name is measure. Vane measure is equal to sale amount, then sum of sales amount. Okay, Vane measure equal to tax amount, then sum of, hold on, then sum of sales amount. Okay, Vane measure is a variable that I created, right? Is equal to unit price measure is equal to unit price, sorry, this is wrong, then sum of unit price. Okay, so I created this calculation called total. In this calculation, what I am doing, I am using my variable. When measure is equal to sales amount, then sum of sales amount. When measure is equal to tax amount, then sum of sorry, then sum of tax amount should be here. Okay, let's validate this, and I will show you the use now. This is also created. Now let's take a country. Okay, now we remember I created one calculated field. Okay, the field is total. Okay, no problem. So now we are unable to see any of the value, right? We are unable to see any of the value. Okay, so why? Okay, let's hold on. Why? Because we have a calculation called total. Okay, in the total we have a written when case measure is equal to sales amount, then sum of sales amount. When measure is equal to tax amount, then sum of tax amount. When measure is equal to unit price, then sum of unit price. Okay, now let me open my calculation again. Okay, total, columns, total. Yeah, so we can see measure is equal to SALE small amount. Now when you come to variable, okay, click on measure, so we can see the value of measure SALES capital amount, right? So this is not matching with anyone, so the condition match is not happening. Okay, so come to columns. Let me modify my calculation field one more time. sales amount. Okay, save, close this. Now by default I am seeing sum of sales amount for each country. Okay, because in this total I have a beast mode calculation where I am using measure is equal to sales amount, then sum of sales amount, measure is equal to tax amount, then sum of, so it depends upon the value of measure. Okay, so in the variable, and what is measure? Measure is my variable. Okay, so if I click on measure, we can see default I am providing a sales amount. Okay, so it is giving a sum of sales amount, but I have an option to choose. If I choose a tax amount, it will give me the total tax amount. Okay, so if I use a unit price, it will give me the sum of unit price. Okay, so using this variable I can create dynamic cards, or I can say I can provide value dynamically. I mean, here we can see like we are not strict with one thing like sum of sales amount. We have an option to change this measure value, right, using this variable. So let me save this card, we'll see. I saved this card. Okay, this card will appear at the end. Let me show you. Yeah, so this is my card that we created. So assume I am a user now. Okay, so I am a user now. I want to see sum of sales amount. I can see the sum of sales amount for each country, but same time I want to see tax amount, not sales amount. I have option to choose. So what measure I want to choose, I can choose, right, using this variable. So variable provides a dynamic calculation, not only variable, like combination of variable and calculation field. Okay, so we understood how to create a variable and the use of variable.